Hi everyone, welcome back to another video and to the channel. You know you saw this video coming. Today we are talking about the top 10 iconic trends in fashion in 2025. Some of these trends have obviously recycled their way from 2024 into this year, but some of them are actually quite surprising. And so if they've surprised me, I know they might surprise you too. I can't wait to get into it. Some of these trends are super wearable. So I will definitely be discussing within each trend how you can make it more wearable if you always love to experiment and change things up in your wardrobe and in your closet or with your personal style in general. And if you are new to the channel, my name is Juliana. I'm a fashion designer, content creator, and stylist, and I'm obsessed with fashion. So on my channel, I talk about all things style related and more. I definitely suggest checking my channel out and comment below what trends you're feeling this year. I am super curious. So with that said, let's get into the trend talk. Okay, trend number one is the revival of anything bohemian. So, boho chic is what's going to be in for 2025. Think ruffles, airy fabrics like chiffon, silk georgette, and more. Also, think about really romantic silhouettes like billowy sleeves, long flowy maxi dresses, etc. And two brands that I think have done this so well are Chloe and Zimmerman. Specifically Chloe, because Chloe's creative director has really nailed this aesthetic down so beautifully throughout the past couple of collections. Her name is Shamina Kamali, and she's done such an incredible job, in my opinion. Anyway, one way that you can incorporate this trend if you want to kind of experiment with the more feminine aspect of boho chic is by pairing a straight cut jean with a more flowy sheer top, or if you want to pair even like a slim fitted tank top with a flowier pant or maxi skirt that has maybe tiers and ruffles such as this one. I think that incorporating and maybe mixing something that is not bohemian with something bohemian would be a good start in terms of mixing it in a look so that you kind of get the idea instead of dressing bohemian from head to toe, looking like you're about to do a session of ayahuasca. But anyway, so that's how I would probably start with this trend if you're not super into the ruffles and super into the romanticism aspect of it. But if you do want to try it, that's how I would try it. Next, we have Luxe athleisure. So, any type of bomber and utility jacket mixed with feminine pieces, really mixing a tomboy jacket with a feminine piece underneath and having that utilitarian, athletic, sporty vibe is really on trend. This is more of an aesthetic that I'm talking about. So if you like this almost like tomboy, but mixed in with like a sprinkle of feminine tops and dresses underneath vibe, then you're really gonna love the Luxe athleisure trend this year. Next trend is anything that has a twisted drape to it. A lot of designers like Victoria Beckham, Loewe, I've noticed have been doing a lot of twisted drapes. So it could be as simple as maybe a twist in the waist, or it could be a twist on the sleeves of a dress. But this is an effortless aesthetic in a different way. So unlike the bohemian trend, this trend is more contemporary and I think modern and is heavily influenced by, I think, Greek fashion. When you saw Greek goddesses kind of drape everything in a twisted way to the body. And I think this really translates into a lot of collections that want to keep the silhouette or the aesthetic of their brand simple, sleek, minimal, but in a modern way, really just using those touches of a twist in the drape of a dress, a blouse, and more. So I actually really love this trend. This is very much my style. I think it's very fun. And I think it's all about the details for me. So this trend is something that I definitely am curious on experimenting with. I love a twisted dress, and I think they're actually quite flattering too, especially if the twist is on the waist as well, if you're more body conscious. So I really am loving this trend actually. Sheer layering is coming back. So it was definitely a hit in 2024. Definitely going to continue forward into this year. And it's one of my favorite trends. I find it to be so playful and so fun. If you guys actually want a video on how I style sheer pieces, please do let me know in the comments below. I find it to be really fun to experiment with a sheer blouse or a sheer dress because it's all about finding the right undergarments the right bras so you can create different looks and just get really playful with it. A really important color that you're going to be seeing in the year of 2025 is yellow. Yellow is a color that often symbolizes happiness, optimism, energy. It's a really joyful color to look at, even visually. When you do look at it as a human, you feel some type of way when you look at yellow. I've never been like a huge fan, but in the past couple of years, when I've experimented wearing this color, I always get so many compliments. It is such a beautiful color. It really, honestly, just like makes a tan look so nice, in my opinion. But designers like Acris, I've already seen in stores use a lot of yellow, and everything from like a bright canary yellow to a pastel butter yellow. So butter yellow is going to be almost like the accent color of the season, and I'm actually really happy about it. Yellow is not a color that I think consistently is loved, but I think it is one to be celebrated into the year of 2025. Amongst yellow, earth tone palettes or like earthy tones in general are going to be really in. Sage green is going to be coming back, and even more towards the fall and winter, an earthy terracotta brown is going to also be in. And then last but not least, a vibrant coral. So if you're not into yellow, a vibrant coral is a color that's going to be incorporated a lot this year. It's also another, in my opinion, energetic and vibrant color. This will be a really fun one to play with in the spring summertime. I think that, again, if you don't love a bright yellow or a coral and you're more of a neutrals girl like me, you can always play with these colors. Remember, in just a pop of the shoe, a pop of the handbag. But coral is just, it's a gorgeous color. I'm excited about it. Oversized silhouettes in general, the more dramatic and the more exaggerated, the better. They are super, super in style. One way that you can play with this trend is actually by looking into oversized denim. I've seen a lot of oversized denim be super on trend. And one way that I've personally incorporated this trend into my wardrobe is by starting to wear a palazzo wide-legged jeans. So there's one model that I absolutely love that I've been obsessed with and have been wearing lately, time and time again. It really makes me feel like I'm incorporating this trend into my looks, is the frame palazzo jean. It has a really wide-legged hem, and it's very high-waisted and it's super comfortable. But if you start, I think, with an oversized jean, it can be very fun in a wearable way to play with this trend. Or you can do an oversized jacket. I would just always say keep in mind your proportions and your height, because this trend doesn't necessarily, I think, work for everyone. You want to make sure that you're still wearing the clothes and you don't look or feel like the clothes are drowning or wearing you. So I do find that me being 5'6", for example, I have to play with just one oversized piece at a time. Otherwise, I feel like it's drowning me in my proportions. Next up is animal print. So animal print we definitely saw consistently throughout 2024. However, in 2025, I do want to clarify that we're seeing animal print in the form and the iteration of retro prints that look like they were influenced by animal print, and or just in texture, plain and simple. So instead of seeing, like we saw in 2024, an all leopard head to toe look, we're seeing, for example, like this Tory Burch collection of spring summer 2025, a print that looks like it was inspired by zebra print, but it's actually just a retro print that is completely different but looks like maybe it was influenced by it. Or we're just seeing it again in the form of texture, like this Loewe look of this ensemble, really chic, lots of texture. We're just seeing animal print in a less dramatic form, if that makes sense. There have been trend researchers online that believe that animal print itself will be gone for 2025, but I digress because I have seen it a lot still in the touch of a shoe or a handbag, especially with all the inventory that I've seen come into stores lately. And you'll also be seeing a lot of cowhide, a lot of dyed pony hair in jackets, bags, and shoes. Another way I've seen animal print coming forward is actually Loewe came out with a top and a pant. I'll never forget. It has a print that is almost like an ostrich fabric, ostrich leather fabric, and they put it onto like a blouse. So this is a good example of what we will be seeing forward that a lot of designers are kind of doing. They're kind of grabbing that Anamelia like aspect and then adding it onto fabric, most importantly. And last but not least, asymmetrical hemlines. Anything asymmetrical, actually, but I really want to talk about the hemline because a lot of designers like McQueen or Victoria Beckham I've seen incorporate an asymmetrical hemline in their blouses and in their dresses and their collections. I find this to be super contemporary and fun, also different in a unique way. So I really like this trend personally, but definitely next time you're out at Neiman Marcus or Saks, definitely take a look at the McQueen and Victoria Beckham collections because they have been a big fan of using this time and time again in their ready to wear collections, and I'm personally loving it. I also like this trend a lot because it's super wearable for everyone. It's not, for example, like the oversized trend where only certain people can maybe pull it off. I think that it's for everyone. You can, whether it's an asymmetrical skirt or an asymmetrical top, any woman can totally experiment with this trend. So that's it for trends of 2025. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching. Give a like and subscribe down below if you learned anything from the video and would like to see more content. I am so pumped for 2025 and wishing you guys all the best and blessings for this year. I will see you in the next video. Bye.